K4U 400 amp meter pack is not approved for use in commercial electrical installations. This is because it doesn't meet the stringent safety and performance requirements mandated for commercial applications. Commercial electrical systems operate under different conditions than residential ones, often involving higher loads, more complex wiring configurations, and a greater potential for hazards. Therefore, equipment used in commercial settings must be specifically designed and tested to withstand these conditions and ensure the safety of both property and personnel. Using a meter pack that is not rated for commercial use can lead to a variety of problems. Firstly, it may not be able to handle the electrical loads of a commercial building, potentially causing overheating, equipment failure, or even electrical fires. Secondly, it may not provide adequate protection against electrical faults, such as short circuits or ground faults, which can result in electrical shock or equipment damage. Thirdly, it may not comply with local electrical codes and regulations, which can lead to fines, project delays, or even the shutdown of the electrical system. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, sets the standard for safe electrical installations. It covers everything from wiring methods to overcurrent protection to grounding and bonding. The NEC is updated every 3 years to keep pace with advancements in technology and changes in industry practices. In commercial applications, the NEC often requires the use of specific types of equipment that are listed and labeled for their intended use. This means that the equipment has been tested by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, and has been found to meet certain safety standards. When selecting electrical equipment for a commercial job, it is important to carefully review the product specifications and make sure that it is listed and labeled for commercial use. You should also consult with a qualified electrical contractor to ensure that the equipment is properly installed and meets all applicable codes and regulations. There are several key differences between residential and commercial electrical systems that explain why the K4U 400 amp meter pack is not suitable for commercial use. Firstly, commercial buildings typically have higher electrical loads than residential buildings. This is because they often house a variety of equipment, such as HVAC systems, lighting, and machinery that consume large amounts of electricity. Secondly, commercial buildings often have more complex wiring configurations than residential buildings. This is because they may have multiple electrical panels, circuits, and distribution systems. Thirdly, commercial buildings are subject to more stringent electrical codes and regulations than residential buildings. This is because they pose a greater risk of electrical hazards due to their higher electrical loads and more complex wiring configurations. To ensure safety and compliance, it is crucial to select the correct meter pack for the specific application. Meter packs used in commercial settings must be designed and tested to meet the demands of those environments. They must be able to handle the higher electrical loads, withstand the more complex wiring configurations, and comply with the stricter electrical codes and regulations. Using the correct meter pack helps prevent equipment failure, electrical fires, electrical shock, and other electrical hazards. It also ensures that the electrical system operates safely and reliably. Choosing the right meter pack involves understanding the specific requirements of the commercial installation. Consider the total electrical load, the type of equipment being used, and the applicable electrical codes and regulations. Consult with a qualified electrical contractor to ensure that the selected meter pack is appropriate for the application. In addition to selecting the right meter pack, it is also important to ensure that it is properly installed. A proper installation can lead to equipment failure, electrical fires, electrical shock, and other electrical hazards. It is essential to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully and to use qualified personnel to perform the installation. Only a licensed and experienced electrician should install or modify electrical equipment in a commercial setting. They have the knowledge and skills necessary to ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. They are also familiar with the local electrical codes and regulations. Before starting any electrical work, it is important to obtain the necessary permits. Permits are required for most commercial electrical installations to ensure that the work is inspected and approved by the local authorities. Obtaining permits helps to ensure that the work is done in accordance with the electrical codes and regulations and that the electrical system is safe to operate. Once the electrical work is completed, it is important to have it inspected by a qualified electrical inspector. An electrical inspector will verify that the work has been done in accordance with the electrical codes and regulations and that the electrical system is safe to operate. If the inspection is successful, the inspector will issue a certificate of occupancy, which is required to operate the building. Regular maintenance is essential to ensure the continued safe and reliable operation of a commercial electrical system. Maintenance includes inspecting the electrical equipment, tightening connections, and replacing worn or damaged parts. It is also important to keep the electrical equipment clean and free of dust and debris. A qualified electrical contractor should perform regular maintenance on the electrical system. They can identify potential problems and make repairs before they lead to equipment failure or electrical hazards. They can also ensure that the electrical system is operating efficiently and that it is complying with all applicable codes and regulations. Electrical safety is paramount in commercial settings. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Always assume that electrical circuits are energized and take appropriate safety precautions. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses, when working on electrical equipment. Never work on electrical equipment while it is energized. Always de-energize the circuit and lock out the power source before starting any work. If you are not qualified to work on electrical equipment, do not attempt to do so. Call a qualified electrical contractor to perform the work. Be aware of the potential for electrical hazards in the workplace and take steps to mitigate those hazards. This includes providing adequate training to employees, posting warning signs, and ensuring that electrical equipment is properly maintained. Commercial electrical systems can be complex and dangerous. It is important to take the necessary precautions to ensure the safety of yourself and others. By following the recommendations outlined above, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safe and reliable operation of your commercial electrical system. In addition to the K4U 400 amp meter pack being unsuitable for commercial use due to safety and code compliance concerns, it is also crucial to consider the long-term performance and reliability of electrical equipment in a commercial setting. Commercial buildings often have a higher demand for continuous and uninterrupted power supply compared to residential buildings. Therefore, the electrical components used in commercial applications should be designed to withstand prolonged periods of high usage and maintain their performance over time. A meter pack that is not designed for commercial use may be more prone to failure under these conditions, leading to costly downtime and repairs. Furthermore, commercial electrical systems are often subject to more frequent inspections and maintenance requirements than residential systems. Using equipment that is not specifically designed for commercial applications may make it more difficult to meet these requirements and could result in increased maintenance costs. It is also important to consider the impact of using non-compliant equipment on insurance coverage. If an electrical fire or other electrical incident occurs due to the use of non-compliant equipment, the insurance company may deny coverage, leaving the building owner responsible for the damages. Therefore, using the correct meter pack and other electrical equipment is not only a matter of safety and code compliance but also a matter of financial responsibility. The National Electrical Manufacturers Association, or NEMA, is an organization that develops standards for electrical equipment. NEMA standards cover a wide range of electrical products, including meter packs, circuit breakers, and transformers. NEMA standards help to ensure that electrical equipment is safe and reliable. When selecting electrical equipment for a commercial job, it is important to look for equipment that meets NEMA standards. This will help to ensure that the equipment is of high quality and that it will perform reliably over time. In summary, the K4U 400 amp meter pack is not suitable for commercial use due to safety concerns, code compliance issues, potential for equipment failure, increased maintenance costs, and potential insurance coverage problems. It is important to select electrical equipment that is specifically designed and tested for commercial applications to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. The NEC is the primary standard for electrical safety in the United States. It is important to be familiar with the NEC requirements for commercial electrical installations. A qualified electrical contractor can help you to select the right equipment and to ensure that the electrical system is installed in accordance with the NEC. Regular maintenance is essential to ensure the continued safe and reliable operation of a commercial electrical system.